Visit a good morning. Coworker said to me on Friday, nothing ever changes. I think it's because it often feels like we're boiling the frog. It doesn't feel like it's changing until it has. Um, with everything that's going on, I have to say, man, I'm a failure. Just kind of mediocre at everything. And man, if I just was smarter, worked harder, more committed, on a broader and a deeper skill set, I mean, my life would be different. It feels like, I went to school. I studied something I was passionate about, political science to start with. Because I mean, when I grew up, they were just like, I remember being in, they said, study what you're passionate about, and money will come. And in high school, I was like, yeah, I wanted to join the military or like work at a mine, just driving like a big front end loader or something. And I remember working two jobs right after I graduated high school. And I was getting ready to go on a mission. I was working two minimum wage jobs. I was clocking like 60, 70 hours a week between the two and having nothing to show for it. And I was like, when I realized, like, oh, like, yeah, I can't work these two. It doesn't, like, the number of hours you put in is kind of irrelevant because when you get paid this little, you just never, you can't make enough. And so I was like making $5.15 an hour at both of them. But they're like, yeah, go to college. You'll get, every job will pay you more, even if you have a college degree. 'Cause, you know how to learn, you know how to solve problems. And I've always operated on the assumption that, yeah, I'm going to make more money. It's going to get better. I'm going to be able to. And I'm angry all the time inside. 'Cause I can't I can't seem to feel like I can provide for my family. It's a game of whack-a-mole. And I'm jealous and I'm bitter. Because I see other people that are successful and they, have a house, they have hope, and they, have the hobbies that I want or I had. Like I love boating. At one point I was splitting a boat with a buddy. And it was a really nice boat. But I can't afford a boat. Can't afford a house. My mother-in-law pointed out the other day, why are you looking at that house? You'll never be able to pay it off. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm so late in my career that I'm never going to have a dream house. I'm not going to get a forever home that I just love. Kind of like everything in my life, I'm a day late and a dollar short. and everything's getting more expensive. And somehow I always find myself at a place where my labor never seems to be worth somebody else's. Maybe I just need to accept that I'm not that smart, and I'm not that good, and I'm not that talented. And that's the problem. It's me that's the problem. Just because I show up doesn't mean I should get paid. I do find it funny that we're blockading a blockade. And at face value, that seems like a real stupid option. But I mean, Iran was letting, like, they were selling their oil, and they were dictating who was going to get oil as well. So yeah, so the blockade isn't just a blockade; it's just saying no ships get through whatsoever, or the ships that we say can go through. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, aka FAFO. Testing a hypothesis at your earliest convenience. Maybe we deserve Donald Trump. We deserve this shit show. Question I can't constantly ask myself is, maybe I am the bad guy. I am the villain. Maybe we deserve all of this because we're not the good guys. We've fallen and forgotten that our elected leaders maybe are the exact reflection of us that should exist. Maybe it's not manipulation. They're just a representative of our worst instincts. So yeah, maybe Blake Moore is the perfect representative. Double standards. Don't do that, but I'm going to do this. You know, cut money to welfare programs because I don't care if you're sick or poor. We should be able to kill sick or poor people, but everybody else can just die a slow and painful death. Maybe we're getting exactly what we deserve. We've just always been taking the wrong lesson. Maybe that's just me. But everybody else realizes that maybe I'm just the bad guy. Maybe I'm the villain in the story. Maybe I'm getting punished for my actions, my thoughts, and I'm getting exactly what I deserve. My kids sure don't deserve that, though. They should be able to succeed on their own because I was a better launch pad, not in spite of me. I've said it before, probably not on this lasting thoughts to nowhere. I think one of the reasons that I want to believe in aliens and that there's something else is because maybe this, maybe all the stupid stuff that happens in my life wouldn't be so. There'd be something else in this life that would be, interesting and paradigm shifting. It's hard to be discardable. And sitting through the counseling I did, like, then to have to rationalize from a very young age, like why you were discarded because you need it to make sense. Because if you were the problem, then it makes sense why you got discarded. Like, oh, I was too annoying. And so, yeah, of course, you leave a child behind that is too much to deal with because that's the rational thing to do, right? That calculus makes sense. Problematic, bad kid, doesn't listen, too rowdy. We discard them because that's you can't learn to be a good kid. Then I was telling my coworkers, if gas hits 450 a gallon, we probably have someplace between 60 and 90 days before I feel like mass collapse happens in the United States itself. Because we've got greedy investor first bullshit companies that don't produce anything, and they just feel like, oh well, we can just get rid of employees, we can just get rid of consumers, and we've cooked the market. So I mean, the top 20% does all the consumption, so the rest of us don't really matter. So they don't necessarily care if we work. They don't care, Oh, and they benefit, right? So if you cause mass economic collapse for everybody else, like you have access to a bunch of soldiers that you're like, hey man, we'll potentially give you this money if you throw your body in line and soak up drone fire for us. Is then maybe it would be useful. Human meat shields, I guess, is what my future will be. No honor in it, no nothing. Just having them burn more money. I guess that's why, yeah, that's why I want aliens to be real. I want them to come and manifest, and you know, the, I want the evangelicals and everybody's believing in the second coming of Christ. And that's a terrifying. A lot of bad things happen before that happens. I guess this is the art of the deal, though, right? For the Middle East, blockade there, blockade. Ah, well, yeah, I mean, nobody can have nice things. Same thing we just did to Cuba for, hey, I I had a Spanish business class in college, and we were setting up businesses in Cuba hypothetically. And I think mine was I set up a cell network in Cuba, and it was like really low cost. It was actually like extremely low cost in the paper we put together. I think we also looked at like a popsicle stand, like little like bike popsicles. I think that's what we settled on. But originally we were looking into like a cell network. And it was actually super inexpensive to stand up and run and do all of that. And then you could, guarantee a few things, provide faster, unrestricted flow of information. The idea then was if you just flood in the information, like and open information, the communist countries or authoritarian countries have a hard time as whatever the more the malice is, the less it's. But constantly telling us that, oh, there's nothing to see here. Great, perfect, wonderful. There's nothing to see here. All those people are just liars, apparently, according to them. It's pretty dry this morning. Snowed last night. Snow makes me think of water. There's gonna be some interesting Lake Powell stuff this year. Saw somebody talk about it yesterday. Like minimum pool, and you can't have the dams break, so you're gonna have to just like stop, like really calculate the amount that you let out, things like that. So yeah, this could be a wild scenario. Try such a Debbie Downer all the time. I ran just like. Even if I learned how to change better, change who I am. Well, that's enough of a depressing rant this morning.